I got a haircut. Yes, finally got a haircut. Like, it looks okay. I did it what? Oh no. Hey, it's Kyle here, back again with a Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord video. This video specifically focused around using voice commands for Bannerlord. It really changed the way that I play a game, and it saves a tons of time not using this odd menu. So before that, let's roll the intro. Hey, roll the intro. Before we get started, if you have any questions you want to talk about or see the in live action, you can come check me out at twitch.tv/meez. So hit me up with a follow and see when I'm live next time, or you can slap it in the comments below. So I have tiny fucking hands, and it's so difficult for me to press the F1 to F6 keys constantly to be efficient on the battlefield in Bannerlord. I feel like I'd have an easier time sticking a toothpick in my eye. So by using voice commands, I made it much easier. I've explained a little bit in my first impression video, which is linked in the description below. I recommend you check it out. The game needs a radial wheel hotkey. It would be much easier to hold the hotkey and just swipe through like they use in consoles. One game that comes to mind is Red Dead Redemption. That made it much easier. There's so many options, and be able to see them would make it so much easier, but I think that there's still a need for the voice. But if you don't feel like talking that day, you wouldn't have to. Don't have a mic? No problem. Use the radio menu. But let's jump on the computer and let you get set up with using voice commands in Bannerlord. Hi. Hey, buddy. Oh, look at it! It's a big boy. Hi. Okay, so before we get started, you need to own two things. One, which most of you already own, is a working microphone. And the second thing is VoiceAttack. You must purchase VoiceAttack, and you need to own it. You can buy it on Steam for about $11.99, or I think you can buy it right off their website for $10. So we're going to walk through all that. So number one, you go to Steam, you get VoiceAttack, purchase it. Like I said, I think I paid $11.99 for it. And there's a free version too as well that you don't need to pay anything, but it does limit your options when you use it in Mountain Blade 2. But I'd recommend buying the full version. It's well worth the money. Okay, now that you got the free version or the paid version, which I recommend, let's go over to the Nexus website for the mod profile. It's basically, the good news is you don't need a mod for this. So let's step into there and let's bang it out. Okay, now we're here at the Nexus Mods website, and there's a mod called Bannerlord. This guy went through and did so much work for it. He went through every single detail, the versions, and his name's Diego Mayef. I appreciate it for everything he did too. He put a lot of work into this, and it requires a huge amount of testing and things like that to make sure it works. We're gonna go ahead and go to, you can read, I'd recommend you read everything, and he explains you how to install it. Say if you want to skip through this video and want to miss a few things, I'd highly recommend you read through here. He gives some basic commands, but like you said, there's full users that you paid for it. It contains over 80 commands for all your needs, including multiple section unit groups 5 through 9. VoiceAttack costs around $8. It costs a little bit more than that. Get it maybe for free before you want to purchase it. But for trial users for VoiceAttack, it's only 20 commands. So he basically stripped it down to basic commands, and that's it. And there's some instructions here, which I'm going to go over soon. So the first thing you want to do is you want to go to files, and then you want to download all the necessary files. It's saying you require that. We don't need that right now. So let's move down here, and I don't have a premium account, so I'll just download this manually. And we'll wait for, okay. All right. Let me pop over here like that. Okay. So in this section, you're going to have a trial version and a full version. Depending on which version you have, I would recommend that you save it on your desktop or in a folder or a safe place for that matter. Okay, so now we're going to jump into the next section of installing the profile into VoiceAttack. Okay, once you're about to run VoiceAttack, I highly recommend that you run it in administration mode. It will not listen to your computer commands if you don't run it in administration mode. It'll be blocked. So there's two ways to do this. One is to find the program. You can go to right click it, run it as administrator. Simple as that. Most of you shouldn't do that. But if you're unsure, you can go to properties, you can go to compatibility, and you can go down here where it says run as administrator. You could try that and it will 100% work for you. So let's go ahead and open it up. You're going to get a UAC prompt. Okay, now we have this. I already have the profile installed, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to skip any steps here. You're going to go to this section right here. You're going to import a profile, and then you're going to find the profile wherever it is. You're going to click on it, full or trial version, depending on whichever version you have. And when you're going to open it, what you're going to see is okay. So now you're going to take this, you're going to hit open. And what's going to happen is it's going to create a new profile. It should say Bannerlord full version 0.61. You're going to go over to this edit key. That's a square with a pencil on it. We're going to click on that. And you're going to be able to see all the commands that are in here. Each one in their formations, everything organized nice and neat. There's quite a bit of commands in here. This isn't the stuff that you need to memorize. He goes through and executes commands using that. One of the main reasons why you run in administrator mode is so that, number one, it can access your game at the same time while listening to the voice. So remember that. Once you imported it and you look at this, you can get some ideas of what to say and what not to say. Now we're going to get to the most important part of this little tutorial I got here. Now that we have everything set up here, we need to train Microsoft how to understand your voice better. It's critical. It talks about it on the VoiceAttack website. I'd highly recommend you going over there and reading a little bit if you're unsure, or you can ask me in the comments below. Okay, to train, you're going to type in speech recognition. It's your best match. It's in the control panel. You open it up. And then you want to train your computer to better understand you. You're going to click on this and you're going to follow the prompts all the way through. Now, what it's going to do is it's going to want you to speak. I am now speaking to my computer. The computer is learning the sound of my voice as I speak. This will help the computer better recognize what I say. Now that you've finished the training, I would recommend you do more training to help your voice better be recognized by your computer. It takes maybe 10 minutes or so per training, maybe less, it depends. But once you've done this, it makes it so much easier for this to work. So you're not screaming in your computer when your commands aren't being followed by VoiceAttack. Once you finish that, make sure VoiceAttack is running in an admin, and let's start up Bannerlord. Okay, now that we're in here, I did a trial campaign with all the units that we need to create this VoiceAttack command menu. First is you control. I use the hotkey, but either way, it doesn't matter. You can see the guys raging at me. So archers move. Okay, that's infantry move. Infantry shield wall. Horse archers on me. Cavalry charge. And then I told my cavalry to charge now. Now we'll move forward. Okay. And there's multiple other commands you can do. And it's kind of difficult sometimes to move guys further away. So, cavalry, move. All right. And then if you look at the F1 keys, you can do any of these types of commands. Like literally any of them. F1. So, like F4. You can say that command as well. If you want to go through any of the commands you want. Mount, like you can actually tell them to get off the mount, which I won't do right now, but you can delete your command off. I'm not sure how that works. So now we have these archers and everything like that. So if you study the commands, there's a lot of things to say, retreat, all this other shit. You can tell guys to go anywhere. So like, for instance, I can tell my archers to fall back. So archers fall back. Cavalry charge. You basically can use any command. Basically, it's set up. Well, let's do this. Horse archers mount. See? Horse archers move. Horse archers mount. So you can command your armies any way possible. For instance, horse archers form a circle. Cavalry move. One of my favorite formations is cavalry form a wedge. I mean, you get to command large armies. It's much easier rather than going, all right, F1, oh shit, but now you don't want to select F1 anymore. You want to go back. So you have to press F1 again. Oh, well, shit, they just moved. So what do I do? You know what I mean? You have to hit escape. It should be a radial menu. Like I said, it would make it so much easier. All right, guys, that really concludes everything. If you have any questions, go ahead and hit me in the description below. You can like, subscribe for any future content. So go ahead and if you have any questions, you can catch me live Monday, Wednesday, Friday from give or take 6 to 8 p.m. on twitch.tv/meez, or slap in a comment below, or come my stream and ask me anything you want. So until next time, guys, this is